ChatGPT 5.6 has been out for a couple of weeks now, and while half the internet is busy arguing about benchmarks, people on X have quietly been using it to build some of the most unhinged stuff I've ever seen come out of a model. So I went and pulled the very best ones, real builds, real creators, real clips, nothing staged, and today I'm counting down 11 of them. Let's get into it. Number 1, an entire city built out of voxels in a single shot. Look at this. This is Manhattan, the whole island rebuilt block by block as a voxel world. And the part that breaks my brain is that GPT 5.6 Sol did this in one shot. Here's what actually happened. Matt gave it a single prompt and then walked away, and the model ran almost a full week completely autonomously, just grinding on this the entire time. No babysitting, no step-by-step corrections. It just kept working until the job was done. And look at the precision, the street grid, the building heights, the density shifting as you move across the island. It's all there. This is the clip that got nearly 1 million views. And once you understand it came from one prompt and a week of the model running on its own, you get exactly why. Number 2, Blender driven by AI at absolutely ludicrous speed. Watch this. That's GPT 5.6 Sol operating inside Blender, the 3D software, and it's running at 750 tokens per second. And before you ask, no, this is not sped up. That's real time. Normally, when you watch an AI use a tool like this, it's this slow, deliberate, one action every few seconds thing. This is the model flying through Blender's interface faster than a human could physically click, assembling the scene right in front of you. And honestly, this is so much more impressive than staring at a benchmark chart because you're watching raw capability and raw speed at the exact same time. This is what 5.6 feels like when it's not waiting on anything. Number 3, The Sims rebuilt in one shot in under an hour. If you take a look, this is a working clone of The Sims, Little Autonomous People, needs logic, the whole thing, and it was one-shotted by GPT 5.6 Pro. No codecs, no coding harness, no fancy agent setup around it. One prompt, and 48 minutes later, the entire game exists with all of its logic inside a single HTML file. That last detail is the wild one.html file. Not a project folder, not a build step, one file you can open in a browser. The Sims is a genuinely complex simulation. Every character tracking their own needs and making their own decisions. And that's usually a team and a year kind of project. Here it's one prompt and part of an afternoon. Number 4, a working clone of Google Earth. Check this out. This is a from scratch Google Earth, and it is not a screenshot. Pankaj asked GPT 5.6 Sol on Ultra to build it, and just look at everything it packed in. 3D terrain, satellite imagery, real cities and landmarks, live weather, day and night cycles, cinematic fly-through tours, and global search. That's not for the feature done well. That's basically an entire Google products feature list generated all at once. It cost him a little over 30 million tokens to make, which sounds like a lot until you remember what Google Earth actually is and how many hundreds of engineers it took the first time around. He said it was worth it, and honestly, watching the camera swoop down over the planet, it's really hard to disagree. Number 5, a tool that builds other tools in one prompt. As you're watching this, GPT 5.6 just passed what's called the Replit benchmark. And what that actually means is it built a full Replit clone in a single prompt. Riley ran this on Codex, and 5.6 came back with a working app builder, a database, sandboxes, and an agent that can build and edit entire web apps on its own. So this is a tool that builds tools, that build apps. Riley pointed out that only 2 models on Earth have ever passed this benchmark, Fable and GPT 5.6, which tells you exactly what tier we're operating at now. When a model can one-shot the very platform people use to build software, the ground is genuinely shifting under the whole industry. Number 6, a complete playable game from one prompt for the price of a dinner. As you can see, this is a clone of Terraria, the massive sandbox game, and it is fully playable, built from a single prompt. The team behind this ran the exact same prompt on GPT 5.6 Sol and on Claude Fable 5 to compare. And 5.6 shipped a smooth, playable game for about $35 in a little over an hour. Now, to be fair, they said Fable's version came out slightly stronger, but it cost more than 3 times as much and took nearly twice as long. The headline they landed on is the one that matters. We are officially in the era where one prompt can ship a complete playable game for under $50. Let that one sink in. Number 7, a language model coded from a single prompt. Take a look at this. This guy asked ChatGPT 5.6 to build him an entire language model from scratch, and it actually did it. From one prompt, 5.6 wrote the whole training pipeline and trained a brand new model on his personal iMessage history locally on his own Mac. And now that model generates text replies in his exact writing style. That's the wild part. It built the training code, it ran the training, and it produced a working model end to end from a single sentence. Number 8, Minecraft one shot in 90 minutes. Look at this thing, a working Minecraft clone, and again, one single shot, no iterating on it afterward. GPT 5.6 Pro produced this in about 90 minutes, and it is not a hollow shell either. You've got day and night cycles, you've got mobs, the creatures, and you've got a full crafting system, which is the actual beating heart of Minecraft. Building a voxel world you can walk around in is one thing. Wiring up crafting logic, enemy behavior, and a working day-night loop all at once from a single prompt is a completely different level. The person who built this said it out loud. OpenAI finally has a true competitor to Fable, and clips like this one are exactly why people are saying it. Number 9, a tool that turns any photo into a 3D model made of pure code. Take a second to look at this. Someone used GPT 5.6 Sol to build a tool, and here's what the tool does. You hand it a photo of any object, a ship, a car, whatever you want, and it rebuilds that object as a real 3D model written entirely in code. Not a scan, not a mesh export, a clean code-based 3.js model. So instead of modeling something by hand for hours or scanning it with special equipment, you just show it a picture. And remember, 5.6 didn't just do this once as a party trick. It built the whole tool that does it on demand for any object you throw at it. That's the part that turns a neat demo into an actual product. Number 10, a playable first-person shooter built in a single day. As you watch this play out, this is a real working FPS game. You're moving, you're aiming, you're shooting, and it was vibe-coded start to finish in one day with GPT 5.6 Sol. The line the creator used really stuck with me. He said, coding with this model feels like directing a cracked dev team in real time. And that's the whole shift right there. You're not writing the code anymore. You're describing what you want and steering, and a whole game just takes shape underneath you. A playable shooter used to be the kind of thing that gate-kept people out of game development entirely. The engine, the physics, the controls. Here it's one person, one model, one single day. Number 11, and I saved a genuinely beautiful one for last. 7,500 Lego bricks assembling themselves into the Millennium Falcon. As you can see here, this is a swirling vortex of Lego bricks that slowly pulls itself together into the Millennium Falcon. And this is not a canned, pre-baked animation. The prompt was simply this: create a vortex of Lego bricks and assemble them into the Millennium Falcon. And here's the detail that makes it sing. This is animating a real Lego step file, 7,500 actual bricks, the genuine parts list, not some vague blob of cubes. So the model had to understand the real construction and then choreograph every single piece flying into its correct place. It's equal parts engineering and art, and it's the perfect note to end on because it shows this isn't only about cloning games and cities, it's about taste. So that's 11 of the most insane things people have built with ChatGPT 5.6 in just its first couple of weeks. And honestly, by the time you're watching this, there are probably 10 more that would have made the list. That's how fast this is moving right now. If you want to stop just watching this stuff and actually start building it yourself, that is exactly what we do inside our community, AI Mate. The link is in the description, and the first 7 days are completely free. And if you want to see what happens when I take one of these ideas and build the entire thing live on camera from scratch, that video is right here on your screen. So go ahead and click it